All right. Well, I'm going to talk about sheet pan suppers. Has anybody been thinking about them or seeing anything about sheet pan suppers? Sally Schubert. Sorry, I'm Sally Schubert. And sheet pan suppers I've been seeing trending for a year or so. You'll see them in different magazines. It pops up on the computer. And to be honest with you, we have the bar pan, which I consider a sheet pan, is my most used stone in my whole kitchen. I mean, it's the one I use more than anything. And we have 3 sheet pans. We have the bar pan, we have the sheet pan, and we now have the large entertaining tray, which is gorgeous sheet pan. And it's just, it's trending. I thought it would be something that would be interesting to talk about. It's a different concept at our parties. It's a one-pot meal, but it's on a sheet pan rather than in the all-purpose pot or in a big Dutch oven or something. And people are really looking for fast and easy meals and foods that things that they can put in the oven and take out in 20 or 30 minutes and have a meal for their family. And it can be as easy as cleanup. If you're using the sheet pan, put a little bit of foil over top of it or parchment paper, and then they can just peel it off, throw it away, and then the sheet pan, if you put, the metal sheet pan, if you put foil on it, you're done. You don't have to do anything else after you roll the foil up and throw it in the trash. But probably not on your bar pan. Although I will tell you, my daughter puts foil on her bar pan when she does bacon, regardless. And they're like, Leah, what the heck are you doing? But hey, she's my daughter. She knows more than you. She knows way more than I do. But it's just a really fun thing to think about is our sheet pans. And how many of you use your bar pan or your sheet pan all the time? Yeah. Okay. We roast tons of vegetables. That is, like I have to use 2 sheet pans, two bar pans to roast veggies. And if I throw a boneless chicken breast on there while I'm roasting vegetables, take it out, then I have a meal. And part of it, I was reading Martha Stewart says, you know, what you put on your vegetables and your proteins, all the flavors get to meld together. So I've just been looking around and thinking about the sheet pan, but Bon Appetit has had them listed, Rachel Ray Magazine has it, and there are a couple of cookbooks, the Sheet Pan Suppers cookbook, which is really fun, sheet pan suppers. And my daughter trying to eat more paleo, and there's a sheet pan paleo. So I just took this one out of the library, but you can get them in the library. If you Google search sheet pans, you're going to come up with 1,000 recipes. And some of them, you know, put your chicken in the pan and then put it in the oven. I don't consider that one pot cooking, but for me, you know, salmon's really big because it cooks quickly. Pork chops, and I just took a picture of a couple of different recipes, and one is chicken with Provençal vegetables. I don't know how to say that. And the other was roasted pork chops with green beans and potatoes, and they both look awesome. I can't wait to try them. I have not had a kitchen for 3 months, so next week I will have one and I can cook again. So
what I was going to add is I've been teaching this for a long time, and I sell a lot of bar pans, but I always teach at my cooking shows to match up the vegetable with the protein. So if you're doing salmon and it cooks in 10 minutes and you want to go with something like asparagus, if you're doing chicken and it takes a little bit longer, then you know, and it can even be how small or how large you leave the vegetables.
That's right. You want to make sure that your veggies are cut small enough that they're going to cook quickly as well. So consistent sizes, potatoes and veggies, the uniform. You want to have a thin chicken breast. You don't want to have a big honking chicken breast with a bone in if you're cooking like a delicate vegetable. So just a couple, you know, those things. I just felt like it was new, it was trendy. Our entertaining platter is absolutely gorgeous, and I did a appetizer out of the sheet pan supper cookbook at my team meeting this month, and it was a round of brie, strawberries cut in half, tossed with olive oil and sea salt, and baked together for 20 minutes. And I just tossed them right on the entertaining tray and then spread them out and put the brie in the middle. 20 minutes at 350, and then I drizzled a balsamic glaze from, you know, the grocery store when it's pre-made. I drizzled it all over when it came out, and I've made it a couple times since. It's delicious, and that might be something you say, have 15 guests, I'll bring an appetizer. And you can do something quick and easy.
If I could just interject, that's exactly kind of what Tennille was saying, non-recipe recipes, real food for real people, so that instead of having recipes, you just said you took the brie, you sliced strawberries.
olive oil and salt, some of our salt.
Olive oil and our salt, and baked it at
350
350
for 20 minutes.
For 20 minutes. Everybody could do that.
And it is gorgeous on that entertaining platter. And it's,
Yeah.
I mean, everybody was
Oven
like,
safe.
whoa.
What's the oven safe on the platter?
I
Because
want to say 450.
450.
it's 450.
Yes. Yeah, 450.
What's seven something? What is it?
Oh, that's the rock crock. Yeah.
450.
450.
Yes, yeah,
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
And then you take it, you can throw that in the dishwasher, but again, it's a sheet pan and it is, we have 3 different sheet pans right now. Yep.
And my thought is, why not
Stir the brie with the strawberries? No, no,
You
no.
could do, like, that's another sheet, you're right. Your rock crock grill stone was, someone just said is another sheet pan that we have.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
the same
yeah,
one,
yeah.
so it
So
works.
with the harissa chicken, a sheet pan dinner, it's just the rock crock as opposed to.
It's right there.
So I just want to share, I went to a wedding recently and my son was in the wedding party and he's texting me, Mom, did you see the wedding cake? And I'm like, no, I didn't see the wedding cake. He said, you need to see the wedding cake. It was a cookie cake, our fruit pizza in the bar pan was the wedding cake. I know, I know. I said, did you get a picture?
They
Because
say
of
they're
course,
doing things simpler.
so that's what it was.
No,
That
but it was
the
a
wedding
cake. It was a cake or it was the fruit
It
pizza?
was the fruit pizza.
Oh, I thought they
in the
made
bar
it
pan.
cake.
That was the
Picture
picture
of it, didn't you?
That was the cake. No, it was already cut up. I was so disappointed.
Oh my God, that's so
So
crazy.
it's really, just keep in mind that we have, now we have 4
Thank
sheet
you so
pans
much
with
for
that. And
sharing.
it's,
That's so
it adds
cool.
value to your parties. You don't even have to cook on it to talk about them.
healthy in a hurry, we've got a 4th item.
I can't believe they have books on it.
Tons.
I never saw.
They're at the grocery store. There's a bunch of catalogs.
Any more at the grocery store?
Yeah, like at checkout.
Marie, stop that.
Thank you.
Crackers. Or a baguette, whatever.
Patty?
No, or just like.